Are you super ambitious? Do you have a lot of goals in life? Have you ever looked at some of the accomplishments of someone you admire and thought, how did they find the time to do that? Did this person figure out how to have 26 hours in a day? No. No, well, obviously they did not. So they have some relationship to time that you haven't discovered yet. I wanted to write a blog about time management for a long time, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't because it gave me some time to do more studying and have a better perspective on the matter. Of course, time management involves being better organized. But even being organized doesn't address the real problem of time management for the overly ambitious workaholic. For these individuals, better time management will involve changing your relationship with time. That's going to be better than time management alone, but of course, doing both is best. Yes, put things away in the same place so that you don't have to look for them every day. Give yourself daily time hacks, meal prep, supplement prep, online grocery shop at walmart.com. Stop washing dishes by hand. Throw that crap in the dishwasher and press start. Plus, washing dishes by hand wastes more water than running a full dishwasher. Fun fact, a modern dishwasher uses about 4 gallons of water, whereas washing the same amount of dishes by hand would use approximately 27 gallons of water. So the solution to better time management for a lot of overly ambitious individuals shouldn't come as much surprise. This is the solution for many issues, and that is letting go of control. This is where a better approach to time management starts. Let's call this new approach to time management time relationship. For some people, improving your time management skills and getting more efficient is like putting high-octane fuel in a car that constantly leaks gas. When you optimize your time, congratulations, you've probably just gotten better at doing more crap you don't need to do. In a sense, better time management involves changing what's important to you. Again, that involves letting go of control in some areas and requires that you end your fear of missing out, or FOMO. In your new time relationship decisions, recognize that there are an endless amount of important things to do. Books to read, movies to watch, and people to hang out with. You're not going to get to it all. This might sound like I'm suggesting that you not be bothered by the idea that you have one chance to do some things, but no, quite the opposite. In making your life decisions, recognize that you have one opportunity in life to do some things. You have one opportunity to teach your children good values, or to be polite, or to be a kind person. You finishing that song you're writing or graduating on this date instead of another date won't impact the world to the extent to which you think it will. But you being an asshole will echo through time. And not teaching your kids to be good will echo through time, and I'll have to put up with those little punks. And don't get me wrong, there are probably more people who suffer from not getting enough done. There are a lot of people whose problem is not completing tasks. You could say a lot of people just relax too much, whereas my problem is that I probably don't relax enough. So again, this is not good advice for everyone. Oliver Burkeman suggests that perhaps the goal in achieving more efficiency in time is to escape the discomfort experienced when realizing that we only have so much of it. Oliver Burkeman also has a chapter called Cosmic Insignificance, which was very beneficial for someone like me, who's probably a narcissist. In some sense, yes, everyone has an impact on the world, and you should not minimize your importance in this regard. But in a different relationship, there is a sense that you are incredibly insignificant. And in fact, accomplishing every single thing that you could ever hope to accomplish in life probably wouldn't have the impact that you think it would. I recently read another book in which the author writes about just how little impact some seemingly significant historical figures had on the world. Occasionally, I, as a hobby, invent things and very loosely go about applying for a patent on them. If you've ever done this, you'll recognize pretty quick that one of the greatest barriers to being successful in this sort of endeavor is thinking of something that someone else has not already invented, or trying to invent it or patent it quickly, knowing that if you hesitate, someone else is going to beat you to it. And it seems like just about everything that I write, which I think is novel, I'm soon disappointed to discover that Sam Harris wrote something similar 20 years ago. Well, in regards to time relationship, our new method for time management, this shouldn't be a problem. Quite the opposite, should be quite liberating to know that you can relax. If you don't invent it, probably someone else will shortly. Again, this is not to minimize your desire to have an impact on the world. I often quote Horace Mann, who said, "You should be ashamed to die until you've won some victory for humanity." And I do believe that. But getting back to how we only have so much time, I would argue that that's the reason why the things that we've chosen to do are enjoyable. Everyone understands the principle that if you eat too much of your favorite food all day, every day for long periods of time, you will crave something else eventually. I know I eat just about the same thing every day, and probably a lot of people listening to this do too, but don't miss the point I'm making. The same is true with relationships. It's kind of about balance, right? You understand the idea that absence makes the heart grow fonder. Well, if you spend way too much time with someone, one of you is going to get sick of the other. So many things are about balance. No surprise there. I really want to drive home the point that Oliver Burkeman was making, so I'll say it another way. He does not suggest that you get rid of the less important tasks in order to make room for the really important ones. The goal in this time management or time relationship approach is to let go of important tasks so that you can focus on just a few important tasks. The goal is to be happy with not doing some of the things that were important to you. In fact, the goal is to be happy about not doing some of the things that were important to you. And to be very clear, he's not suggesting what is or is not important in life or what will bring you fulfillment. He's more so emphasizing the importance of making a decision and being consistent. Here's a story that is often attributed to Warren Buffett, but may or may not have actually come from him. It's said that Warren Buffett's pilot once asked him how he can be more productive in life, or how he can practice better time management or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's said that Warren Buffett said, "Take the top 20 most important tasks in your life, the things that you want to get done before you die, and focus on 3 of them." Now, here's the moral of the story. That was the end of the story. Allegedly, Warren Buffett did not say, "Now after you've mastered the top 3 tasks, then you can start plugging away at the other 17. Oh, no. The advice was to decide to never do the 17. Plug away at a few things and resolve to never getting around to the rest. Now, you may very well get around to the other ones, but the point is the mindset. Understand that many of your poor time management practices are caused by FOMO, the fear of missing out. The people you admire do not have 26 hours in a day. They simply chose to not do some of the things that you probably do. Again, this is not about money or wealth or anything of that nature. We're not suggesting what your goal should be. Your goal could be anything, it doesn't matter. So time management is not a constant focus on the things that you will do. Rather, it's a focus on the things that you will not do, and then learning to not focus on them, and then learning to love what you do, what you've decided to do. A lot of people asked me, how did I run 3 marathons a week, every week, for a solid year? Well, I started by running to the stop sign that was about 50 yards from my house. I got out of breath, and I turned around, and I walked back to my house. I did not run every day. I did not take supplements. I did not go crazy. I just ran 2 days a week. I added just a teeny weeny bit of time every week, but I did that for 12 years. If you were around YouTube when it first started, you'll notice some people who have now very successful YouTube programs, and their channel was not, and many of them, their channel is not anything special at all. It's just absolute dog crap. But they did it. They did it consistently. They produced crap 2 times a week or 3 times a week consistently every year for many, many years. I was actually really early to the YouTube scene as well. The first video I made got 1,300 views very quickly because there were very few people putting videos on there. It may not have actually mattered what type of content I put out, but doing it consistently would have improved my ability to make good content, and it would have built an audience. But I was not consistent at all. I was focused on a great deal, many things at the same time: finishing college, doing YouTube, writing, sports, relationship, starting my business. The same principle applies to investing. So again, this time management or time relationship practice is not about money, but the irony is that if you do change your relationship with time, it probably will help your finances. A common saying in the investment community is that if your investments are boring, you're probably doing it right. I forget the percentage, but it's something like 90-something% of people who swing trade end up losing money in the end. Here's a pretty clear example. If I had just put money into Bitcoin or Cardano 5 years ago, did nothing, left it there, I'd have millions of dollars. But I thought I was smarter than that, so I would bounce back and forth. I would take it out of this and put it into that, and take it out of this and put it into that. And the result is that I made a little bit of money, but nowhere near as much as I would have made if I had just made the right choice, put money there, been consistent, and left it alone. So again, this is not about how to make money. This is not about what is important or what will or will not bring fulfillment to your life. It is just time management. Let go of control, make decisions, be consistent, cut out things in your life, and those things will be important things. Just focus on fewer important things. Don't feed the fear of missing out. Quite the opposite. Learn to enjoy missing out. Thanks for improving your life and the lives of the people around you. Really quick, I'd like to thank my research team for helping me put this together. This is Mr. Stoffel. And this is Alexei. Of course, it did occur to me that this could have something to do with the reason why these videos are so bad. I have to credit Oliver Burkeman, Elaine DeBottom, and Sam Harris for the majority of this content. They really opened my eyes. I highly recommend that you check out some of their material.